What's up, family? Brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen, friends and family. This is your brother, your friend, Toure Muhammad, whose phone is ringing, reaching out to you today on Bean Soup Times Radio. We're here at Global News Forum Studio. I'm telling you, we're right here in the arm, if you will, of Chicago, the South Shore area, such a beautiful area. One of the most fabulous areas in the city of Chicago. And, man, we just got to take more value in what we have here. I call it what it is. We right by the South Shore, what they call the South Shore Cultural Center. It's the country club. I'm old school. I grew up just a few blocks from here. So, brothers and sisters, welcome to the Bean Soup Times radio show. And you know how we get down. I tell you, every show, time and time again, we're going to bring you fabulous, incredible people. Bean Soup Times is here to promote, to uplift, to share news and information about positive people, positive events, things that will show us that we are the champions and the winners of the world. And we will continue to be that regardless, even if we're just crouching down right now like an eagle before it takes flight. We just in the crouch period right now, but we getting ready to fly and soar like never before. And this brother here is a living witness too. I'm going to get right into it. We're a few minutes behind, so we're just going to give you an introduction to who this brother is. You already know him, many. From some fashion, some way, some may not know his face. You may know his name. You may know his name, not his face, his voice. I mean, just from the visual to the mental, the how you hear through your ears, some kind of way you've been touched by this brother. I guarantee you. But we're gonna talk about where he started off a few years ago. He was given a writing assignment in high school. And discovered he had a gift for the spoken word, for the written word. Went over to Illinois State University, and from there began to get recognized as the poet on the campus. Came back to the Chi and began to be recognized all over the city for his ability to tickle, to inspire, to motivate with the spoken word. And he went on to Def Poetry Jam. And did 2 pieces there. The first one, 3 pieces. Right, the first one rocked the house so bad, just shut it down. He had to come back and do 2 more. So that first piece was I Need to Write. The second piece was Dear Father. And the third piece,
Never Let Me Down.
Never Let Me Down. You hear his voice now, so now you know who he is. Especially
Get up,
from that.
I get down. Yeah.
Get up, I get down. So look, brothers and sisters, you talking about he's worked with all types of the top artists in the country. I'm talking about held his own and really, I think, stole the show on Never Let Me Down with Kanye and Jay-Z, trading verses with them on that. Just an incredible, memorable performance there. And so we could just go on and on with all the people that he worked with, from the Roots to Erykah Badu, Dave Chappelle. I mean, you name it, the man has done it all. And Grammy Award win twice, 2 Grammys.
Well, one.
One, okay,
yeah,
one. Well, I'm speaking.
The other one's floating around out there. I still need that certificate for that one. Yeah.
It's coming. It's coming.
I need that one. Yeah.
Yeah, but we could go on and on about all of his accomplishments, brothers and sisters. I mean, if you watch football on Sunday nights, he's there. But I'm going to tell you something that just really takes the cake, because not only does the man have tremendous accomplishments in the arts, model, and been on TV shows, but the man has a heart of gold. He's a down-to-earth brother. He loves his community, and you can hear it, and not only in what he expresses, but in the kind of life he lives. I happen to know friends and family of his, and they look to him. Their eyes light up with admiration, not only because of his accomplishments, but because of his character. This is the kind of brother we got on the show today, the incredible J.Ivy.
Yes, sir. Man.
What's up, brother?
What's up, man? Thank you for that incredible introduction, man. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it, man.
And you see, that wasn't no notes. That came
Right,
from the heart right there.
Yeah.
This is real.
Yeah, for real. I'm appreciative, for real.
Yes, sir, man. Yeah. We're happy to have you on the show.
Yeah, man.
You know, you have a lot going on. I'm hearing about this single from your CD, Here I Am, that's hitting the airwaves. So we're just gonna go straight into that. This video, War, man, it's hot. Tell us about it.
Well, War, man, it was inspired by some music that I received from Blitz, the ambassador, who's actually featured on the song. But he produces as well. So he sent me, I guess, kind of a shell idea of the track, and then as soon as I heard it, you know, it just inspired, this war atmosphere. You know,
sir.
It really got me thinking about what's going on in the world,
right?
How history is beginning to repeat itself. You know, so I added my ideas to the production side, and then we got in the studio and recorded it. And I mean, it's really just it's one of those. It's a conversation piece. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
I truly feel that healing starts with, you know, just dealing with what's out there. You know, just starting to talk about it. You know, so really that's what War was. It wasn't something that was meant to be, you know, a downer. It wasn't anything that was meant to promote war. But it was more so like, look, this is what we're dealing with. This is the truth. We need to put it on the table, and let's start, you know, chipping away at it.
Yes, sir.
Chipping away at the issues.
Man, and you come in with a profound introduction from Einstein about war. What did you say?
Yeah, well, actually, when I was writing the piece, I actually, you know, started, you know, digging into, you know, put my research hat on. You know what I mean? I started digging up just different things about war, and I came across this quote by Albert Einstein, which says, he said, I know not with what weapons World War III will be fought, right? But World War IV will be fought with sticks and stones.
Man, look at that.
You know, and it was just so profound. It hit me. It was like, wow, yeah, we don't know what we go, you know, blast off into the air with, you know, when that third war come along, but when it's done, we gonna be back to, you know, throwing rocks at people, you know, trying to get our point across, you know. So
like the Palestinians,
yeah, for real, you know,
everybody's gonna be doing it.
Gotta get your good rock and toss that bad boy, you know. So yeah, so when I found that quote, I was like, oh man, this really sums up, you know, what we trying to say, you know. So I definitely wanted to add that quote to the piece, you know.
Yes, sir. Yeah, brother, I love it. I love the message, and you know, we sent this out through Bean Soup Times. Yeah, I've sent out lots of videos, you know, great historical, you know, artists, current artists. The response that I've gotten from people emailing me back, just responding to it, feeling they had to say something. You know, in the age of the internet, you know, people still open up emails, right? But people respond on Facebook and Twitter most of all. So when people are still responding to me out of something I sent via email, back to email, you know, that's saying a lot. That's almost like a handwritten letter nowadays.
Yeah, for real. Nah, that means a lot. And that's what we was really, you know, looking to do, is just, you know, make something impactful. Like the director, his name is Kurt Williamson. He goes by Kurt Work. He's actually from Chicago. He lives out in New York, and we both just happened to be in L.A. at the same time. This was last year. We just happened to be in L.A. And you know, I just, you know, put the album out, so we was riding around listening to the album. He had his camera. I'm like, yo, let's shoot a video. He's like, all right. So I'm like, man, we just go listen. Something hit you, you know, that makes sense, that we can make happen right now. Let's do it. So, you know, War came on. He was like, oh man, let's do this. So we went out into the hills, out in L.A. We went up in the hills, shot out in the hills. And then, you know, last year, you know, we both home for Thanksgiving. You know, so shot here in Chicago. Then Blitz, we shot him out in New York. And then Kurt and I, we both went down to D.C. to the National the Library of National Archives. And that's where we researched and just pulled all this this old vintage war footage, this archival footage, you know, and we put it all together. We had an amazing editor, and he goes by Zook, and he's edited everything from the Fade to Black movie to He's done stuff for Lady Gaga and Nicki Minaj and Kanye and everybody, you know. So we gave it to him like, look, here's the footage, and he just got to, you know, putting it together, and it, you know, it just really all came together, you know. And man, if you haven't seen it, definitely see it. It's called War. It's on YouTube. Right now, it's actually on MTV Jams. You know, they
really go ahead.
They added it to their rotation last week. MTVU actually added it to. There's a competition going on right now. So if you're online, go to mtvu.com, just the letter u.com, and vote for the video. And you know, I mean, we're trying to make sure we get that added to the rotation, because them college kids, they need to, you know, get educated musically as well.
That's right. That's right. Man, that's absolutely phenomenal, man. We definitely, I'm encouraging it to go now while you're listening to the show. Go to the mtvu.com and vote for it. Man, the whole, from beginning to end, it's a fabulous song. The visuals. So I mean, y'all went coast to coast to do the video, basically.
Four cities,
the four majors, cities. Right? The four big cities in the U.S.
And it took us a minute to get it done. Like, you know, typically you shoot a video and you can get it out in a couple of weeks. You know, if not sooner. You know,
right.
This one, I mean, we really put the work in to get it done, because, you know, we had, you know, and this is independent budget. It's not, you know, like, all right, we got, you know, all this cash, and like, I'm about to buy you a flight and we about to go do this. Nah, this was, all right, look, you in Chicago? All right, I'm in Chicago. You in New York? I'm in New York. Let's go to D.C. Let's do, you know, so, and it all came together, you know, so, and then to pitch it to MTV and to have them pick it up, you know, on the first pitch was like, man, you know, the work was worth it, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So,
man, it looks, I mean, it looks fabulous. It looks quality and crisp. So you all did an excellent job. And there was a verse towards the end that you said that reminded me of something that Minister Farrakhan, Honorable Louis Farrakhan, wrote in Torchlight for America. I'm going to read this piece right quick, and I would love to get your reflection on it.
Yes, sir.
He talks about, this is in Torchlight for America. He says the headline is Promote a Cultural Revolution Through the Arts. The artistic community has historically been in the vanguard of social change. What is now needed is for the artistic community to lead a cultural revolution. On the physical level, man is what he eats. Spiritually, as he thinketh in his heart, so is he. Proverbs 23:7. If the American people are constantly fed filth and garbage through newspapers, magazines, television, movies, plays, and music, if the public, like the proverbial swine, has become a lover of filth, and if thoughts guide behavior, what do the thoughts of the American people produce? And there was that line where you ended and said, it's in the music.
Yeah, it's in the music. Yeah, and, I mean, I love that word, and I'm definitely thankful for that. For that passage you read, and I do feel that it is our responsibility as artists to you know, acknowledge and to, you know, discuss some of the things that's going on in the music. I feel like people have gone so far away from it. You know, the responsibility has been lost. Right. You know, and for me, like, even, you know, when I wrote Never Let Me Down or other pieces, you know, it was, you know, after I wrote, I'm like, man, people go be into this. You know, when I wrote War, and I'm like, man, people go really be into this, because it's so heavy, and people, you know, they have a lot of, you know, they got enough going on in their lives, you know. So like, all right, here we go. So we want our music to be, you know, happy and uplifting, but at the same time, you had music, you know, in the past, like What's Going On.
Right, that's right.
You know, I'm Black and I'm Proud, and you had this socially conscious music,
right,
you know,
that's right.
That you know, the Curtis Mayfields and the Donny Hathaways were putting out there, you know, and I feel that music has gotten away from that. At least the media, you know, has gotten away from, you know, playing that music, you know. And then with my verse, you know, I felt that it was important that you know, man, we address some of the issues. I spit the verse because I don't know if people have heard it or not, but it says I don't need IMAX to see that I'm living in Chirac. It's a war outside, nobody's safe. It used to be overseas, now it's in your face. On your doorstep is where war's kept. The playground is the battleground. It's a real battle now. The cattle now is genetically modified. Whoever told you that the beef we eat don't matter lied. You see, that's part of the strategy. The war ain't physical, it's about spirituality, which translates into ideology and foreign policy. They hand out orders while they battle over borders. Back home they don't support us. They encourage mothers to abort us. Try to convince them that they can't afford us. They calling in the National Guard, now they marching toward us. The intel says we're in hell, under spells, battling angels that fail. Planes flying in the building, strollers blowing up. The headlines, the deadlines filled with killings, them boys in blue rolling up. A 1-year-old baby girl got gonorrhea, now how was that growing up? More than ever, the devil's been showing up. Don't confuse it. You don't believe me? Turn on the radio. You can hear it in the music. We at war.
That's hot, man. That is hot right there, brother.
Yeah, man. Thank you, man. Appreciate that.
I know people are clapping all across as they listening. Right, snapping and clapping and everything. Oh man, that is so profound and beautiful, and it really, man, just touches my heart to hear music like that. Every single thing you put out, man, it has a message. It's entertaining. You know, you bring beats together that really get you, you know, to feel good or to feel militant or to whatever it is. You know, you bring that feel to the whole piece. So man, I just love it, everything that you're doing, and encourage you to continue on.
Yes, sir.
Brothers and sisters, I know you were surprised. You didn't know you were going to be hearing verses from a Grammy Award winning.
For days. You know, we can go for days. You know
for days.
You watching the throne, watch this poem, cameras on, watch me now. Highly anticipated like Mayweather and Pacquiao. It's my turn, stick and move. When it comes to my muse, I got a short fuse. I can pop off at any gift.
It's just all in them. All in them. Man, that's what's up, brother. So what's going on now? We're gonna go online and vote.
Yes, sir.
At mtvu.com for War, from the single from the CD Here I Am. What else is coming up that you want to make sure people know about?
Well, I'm following up the album Here I Am, which is available on iTunes and on my website, j-ivy.com. That's j-ivy.com. So I'm following up.
That's right.
So I'm following up the album with a book called Here I Am, Then and Now, and that is coming out in January, and it's part of it is a philosophical conversation about the times,
yes, sir,
as well as the lyrics and how, you know, the times inspired the lyrics on the album, and then I have additional poetry in the second half of the book. So I'm putting that out in January. I have more videos I've actually already shot that I'll be putting out. That will be promoting both the album and the book.
Yes, sir.
You know,
that's hot.
Yeah. So the next one's called Shades and Blades. I just shot that with Cam B here from Chicago. So we shot that, and that's an incredible piece about domestic violence. You know, and had some incredible actors out in New York. That, I mean, it's one of them joints. You know, so. So that's set to come out next. I have a poetry workshop, the Right to Live Poetry Academy, which is a workshop for young adults that I'll be continuing on, because I've always done workshops. You know, so I'll be continuing that in the new year. I have a new album coming out next year called Life After Life, which is already done, and it's it's one of them. Like I'm really excited about that. Actually, one of the songs on Life After Life was featured in the documentary From Dusable to Obama.
Yes, sir.
And the documentary actually won an Emmy for the music. And one of my songs was included, which was called Off in Chicago, which features Toure and Zajay's playing the music on it. And that, I mean, it's just, the song is just a really big song, you know. And it's McKelly Jameson. I don't know if you know McKelly. He wrote a lot. He's also from here. He wrote a lot for Mary J. Blige, and he was signed to Bad Boy. I don't know if he still is or not, but he's wrote a lot of music for a lot of people. And actually, I was in L.A. And he was like, man, Jay, if I was gonna write something for you, I'll write something like, where we going, we don't know. Those winds are blowing so cold off in Chicago. I was like, yeah, that's it. Like, that's it. We recording that now. So we got the band playing on it. And we actually, my guy Kurt, who I shot War with, we shot off in Chicago. We actually shot the video last year, so we're going to be putting that out. Probably, it's starting to get cold, so I think it's actually about that time to put it on out there. So we might just throw that one out there in January, and just just keep feeding it, Just keep feeding it, keep going. I have a lot of work that I haven't let go, so 2012 was that year for me. Just let it go.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Just let it all go, So yeah, that's where we at.
Man, brother, you just said a mouthful.
Yeah,
right there.
Yeah. I know.
That is so incredible. So, all right, let me go back. First, tell me about the Right to Live Academy and what all that means. How did you get it started, and what do you do with the young people, and how do they benefit from it?
Well, the Right to Live Poetry Academy it began really. I mean, it just really began by being inspired from when I was young and older gentlemen and ladies coming into the classroom to teach and share their wisdom. So with the Right to Live Poetry Academy is me, I guess taking the reins, taking the baton and carrying on something that people have done for me before me. So it includes poetry workshop, we go over different objectives with performance, with writing technique, with crowd participation, just different styles and how to engage and how to tell one's story. For me, writing is very therapeutic, and I was the shy kid. When I was in high school, when I first started, I was that shy kid, didn't want to do any writing, and my English teacher, she gave us a homework assignment, and we had to write a prose. So I wrote a prose, but she made everyone read it in front of the class. So I read my piece, and after class, she pulled me to the side, and she's like, you know what? She's like, you have a very nice speaking voice. I want to put you in this show. And I'm like, what? Nah, whatever. I ain't doing that. You know what I mean? I played football and ran track and all that, but and when it came to public speaking, So I faked her out, didn't do the show. So then she had another show come up. She was like, you know what? She was like, you told me. She's like, I have another show coming up. You faked me out the last time. You have to do this show. So she made me do this show. My first time on stage, I received a standing ovation. You know what I mean? I was just
First
hooked.
time on stage.
First time on stage, and I was just hooked to that feeling. You know what I mean? Like, it was just amazing to just release. So from that point, I started performing more, started writing more, and then over the years I just found that writing is very therapeutic.
Yes, sir.
I could take a piece like Dear Father, which is, some people may hear it and it may come off as a sad piece, and when I wrote it, it was tears on the page when I wrote it, but the more I absorbed it, the more I performed it, the more I put it out there, the better I felt as a person.
Sir.
So this is what we want to do. We want to translate those feelings and those techniques and styles and engagement into the Poetry Academy. Just get these young adults to really utilize their own gifts and their own talents and their own story to just help heal themselves. You know what I mean? Just awaken something that they may not have known that was there. So it happened to me, so I know it can happen to someone, and I've seen it happen to other people. They just they just get inspired by what they've seen you do and accomplish, and then they listen more, and they and then they listen to themselves more. So that's the whole the main goal for it.
And how do you pick the children? How do they get involved, the young adults?
Well, right now we're putting together packages right now that will be sent out. I'm also doing it with Toure, who's two-time Grammy winner, writer and singer, and so we'll be doing workshops together because she's an incredible writer. So it won't just be solely based on poetry, but it'll be some songwriting aspects to it as well. So we're putting things together. We're going to start sending work out now. But for right now, if you want to get in contact, if you're interested in it, you can just email me at my website, which is j-ivy.com, and then and then we can get something out to people that way.
Beautiful, man. That's what's up. And I know we can talk about contemporary folks like The Roots and Erykah Badu and Mos Def, but you also have connected with Gwendolyn Brooks.
Yes.
You know, just a hallmark of our community who, you know, will always be remembered.
Yeah, that was an amazing moment. This was some few moons ago. You know?
Yes, sir.
But I was a young cat. I really I was early in my career, and this was right when I got home from college, because I wasn't at I stayed too long. I still have to go back to school and
yes, sir.
Finish up some things.
Right.
But I came home and I was determined not to be a failure, you know, because I didn't want to let my mama down.
Right.
So I just really hit the Chicago scene. I was 19, just going into clubs, like, you know, like, look, I don't even drink. I just want to come perform, and I'm out, you know. So I was doing shows early on, and as soon as I got back, and then maybe like the second show I did, I met someone from GCI, and they were doing the WGCI African American Art Calendar. I don't know if you remember that. It was calendars. They did them for about 6-7 years. They were these art calendars that they had 12 Chicago artists and 6 poets, and they would give each poet 2 poems, and we would write, you know, a poem for, you know, 2 of the paintings. Yeah, oh man, it was amazing. These things, you know, and they would give them out for free. So you go to Jules or wherever, and you can get a calendar on the way. I mean, it was one of the most amazing, projects that I've ever seen a radio station do.
Right,
you know what I mean?
Right.
So, when I after doing the calendar, I was invited to do an event with Gwendolyn Brooks. Some of the poets from the calendar were invited to do this event, and I believe it was I think it was at Union Station, you know, and I had the opportunity to perform with her, and I mean, it was just amazing to be in her presence, you know the history that she represented and carried with her, you know. So it was, you know, it was one of those things like, all right, you're in the right direction, you know. So yeah, it was an honor. You know,
man, that's beautiful. That's beautiful, man.
Yeah.
And listen, brothers and sisters, you're listening to Being Soup Times Radio. I'm your host, Toure Muhammad, and we are talking with J.Ivy, just an incredible talent. He is born local, but he's a national, internationally recognized brother. If you've been listening, all over the country, shooting videos on on NFL Sunday nights. With who was that? Faith Hill?
Yeah.
Whoever.
Yeah.
You the reason.
Right. I told him, look,
we checking it out.
Right, exactly.
It should be J.Ivy. Also Faith Hill.
Right. And that girl. Yeah.
Right, and that girl. And you know I'm sitting here, brother, because I definitely recognize when and a lot of your photos and in videos, you represent Chicago.
Yeah,
Sox hat. So I got my Sox hat on today.
I got my Black Hawks on.
Right, you got the nice crisp Black Hawk. You must wear them hats one time. You must got a whole wall of hats.
I do have a lot of hats. I just went crazy because, you know, a lot of people, you know, they know I had locks, you know.
Right.
But before I had locks, I love a baseball cap. That was one of the things I missed the most when I had my hair. You see some cats, they rock hats with locks, but it didn't work with me. You know? As soon as I cut my hair, I was man, hat crazy. Like, give me that one. As soon as I see, I need that one, you know. So yeah, I saw this one maybe a month or so ago. I was like, I gotta have that
yes, sir.
one, you know?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man.
That's hot.
Yeah, Chi-Town.
Man, so all right, so Life After Life.
Yes, sir.
When is it coming out again?
We're looking at mid-spring.
Mid-spring?
Looking at mid-spring, yeah.
So and so now you're gonna have the book coming out with Here I Am, and then the next CD, Life After Life,
which includes a book as well.
Includes a book as well.
And then with that,
it's gonna be 2012. It's gonna be on and popping.
Because with that book, I also have I take pictures as a hobby. You know, so that book will include my photography as well as you know, poetry and the lyrics. just the story of life after life.
Right.
You know?
Wow.
So yeah, and I got a pretty mean eye, you know. So
yes, sir. Yes,
it
sir.
started out
Sure.
as a hobby, but I'm like, you know, it got to the point where we started framing up pictures and putting them around the house. I'm like, okay, these must be good if we looking at them every day, you know. So people come over and like, wow, who took that? You took that? Like, yeah, I took that, you know. So
man, that's
yeah,
what's up,
that's
man.
the one. That's probably my one art that I really just brag on. Like, yeah, I took that, you know. My poetry, I'm like, yeah, you know, I'm just working on getting better, you know. Some photos, yeah,
it's
I took
hot,
it.
man.
Because I didn't expect it, you know what I mean?
Right,
so,
right.
yeah, so yeah, I'm excited about that.
Yes,
excited
sir.
about people seeing it, you know.
Man, that's beautiful too. I mean, you just, you know, to me, a true artist, someone who really is a communicator, you know, knows how to take and has an eye for all the you know, various mediums in which we take in information. And so, I mean, you hitting all the angles and really helping to tell some incredible stories. Now, what is, okay, I know, of course, because I've listened to Here I Am. What would be the theme of the book? Is it going to be a reflection of what's in the music, or how is that going to go?
Yeah, it's definitely a reflection of the music. That's one of the main aspects, is to just reiterate, or you know, just dig a little deeper into, you know, what some of the lyrics meant, or you know, what was the inspiration for the moment. But it also you know, I dive into, you know, dealing with, you know, being a black man in America,
right,
and you know, prison population versus college population, and you know, just some of the different day-to-day issues that we deal with, from foreclosures and taxes, and you know, police brutality, and you know, I really just want to just get my thoughts out, you know. So it's definitely it's a good read. I wanted to make sure it was a good read, you know. So it's a great read, and it's a great reflection of the album. Yeah, and the times that we're in.
Yes, sir.
You know?
Yes, sir. Beautiful, man. Well, I look forward to getting it. You know, I look forward to having. You see, I know you brought CDs with you, but you see, I brought
right. You got
my one already autographed,
the original,
the original. So
yes, sir.
We're gonna take a picture with me and you,
no
and
doubt.
that for sure.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Prosperity.
Definitely.
We got a surprise too. We'll be able to play War.
Nice.
We ain't playing here at globalnewsforum.com.
Yes, sir.
Lamont Watts is producer extraordinaire. So he's going to play the song in a second or two. And while that comes on, you said something else that really was beautiful. And I want to highlight it so that people can really understand what you just said. You were talking about I forget who you mentioned, but the artist who said, "I got something to write for you," and began to just come off with some beautiful lyrics as he thought about you. That's so incredible and important for people to recognize how artists do support other artists, and how artists are inspired by each other. Definitely. And there's so much, to create. There's so much abundance out here that, it really makes no sense for people to be, afraid or fearful of somebody else's talents. Everybody has some just greatness in them. So it's beautiful when I hear, how people can feed off each other and create just incredible music together.
Yeah, I mean, it's important.
Especially, brothers.
Definitely it's important. It's important that we work together and really, just lift each other up. I always tell people, everyone has their own lane. Everyone has their own story to tell, their own moment, and I think a lot of people get caught up in the jealousies and the envy, but it's really, if you really look at it, there's no need for it. It's really no need to be jealous of what I'm doing, because frankly, I can't do what you do.
Right.
You can't. Right. This is what God gave me. I know I used to talk. One of my mentors was Ernie Barnes. And for those who remember Ernie Barnes or don't, Ernie Barnes, he's the artist. one of the most famous, his more famous pieces was the Sugar Shack, which was Marvin's Gaye album cover. He actually did all the paintings on Good Times for JJ.
That's right.
You know, and I would speak with him, you know, all the time before him passing on, and you know, he would always encourage me, and then I would get an opportunity to interact with him. And then I remember one time he called me up and he did a painting for Kanye, and he wrote a description about it and called me up and asked me if I would read the description at the unveiling.
Wow.
You know, so I go to the unveiling, and you know, Kanye of course is there, and Common, and Diana Ross and Bill Withers, and all these amazing artists are there. And you know, I was able to see Mr. Barnes just you know, interact with Diana Ross and with Bill Withers, and then they were sharing these stories about, you know, Diana was telling Mr. Barnes, or Miss Ross was telling Mr. Barnes, like, man, remember when you did that painting for my backdrop when I had my show back in the 70s? And, and Bill Withers, you know, he was working on a painting for Grandma's Hands at the time, and you know, it was just amazing to see these artists working together. And you know, yeah, they from the old school, but this is what we need to be doing now. You know, we need more of that, without, you know, worrying about oh, you go take my shine, or I'm gonna take your shine. Like, it's pointless, you know, because my gift is my gift, your gift is your gift. Like, you know, like, I wish I could sing and you know, and bust a move, you know, and do all them good things, you know, but it's not me, and I'm not mad, you know, that I can't, you know, but it's just important that we just really be comfortable with who we are, and love what God gave us. You know, I think when we become jealous, we actually, it's almost a slap in the face to God, almost like, man, why you ain't give me that?
That's right.
You know, it's a little disrespectful, you know. You know,
because it was God who gave the gift to that person.
Exactly. You know, so I mean, I always love working with other people. You know what I mean? Just to see how, you know, how we can work together. Two, what is that other artist gonna bring out of me? You know what I mean? What inspirations are gonna come from that moment? You know, and vice versa. You know, like, I actually just shot. I was on set with Avery Sunshine the other day. That had a cameo in her song "Ugly Part of Me." She shot it here down at the Shrine.
Oh wow! And
you know, it was just like the energy in the room was just amazing. You know, and she had Lil John Roberts, drummer. You know, he played the lead guy. And you know, it was just great to see them working together, and you know, it wasn't any it just wasn't anything foul about the energy. It was just, you know, like, man, let's do something. All right, let's do it. Let's do it. You know what I mean? I'm looking forward to that moment, you know. So I think that's where it should be at. You know, we need more of that.
Yes, sir. Man, well, brother, man, that's absolutely fabulous. And I want to make one point that I think is just incredible about you and a lot of artists. Really, you know, I mean, of course, we have our incredible leaders. You know, I mean, my personal one, of course, is the Honorable Louis Farrakhan.
Yes, sir.
When you look at artists and the value and the importance, and he's talked about the importance that artists play, man, you give us a vision of the possibilities of the future. And it's so many of us who don't see and don't have hope. And when it can be told with great visual arts, with great words to inspire and motivate, I know you get it all the time. You got people that just come up to you you've never met, but you've changed their life because something you said, you know, got them through a period in their life where they didn't think they could go any further. So it's, man, what you do is so incredible. So I commend you on it, man.
Thank you.
It's so important. It's so needed in our society. And it's so easy to go the opposite route of what people perceive is the easy way. If they want to get airtime or whatever, all that. But man, I love what you do, and it's just incredible.
I appreciate it, man. It's, you know, I actually saw the minister speak. This was years ago. This may have been like '97. He was down in North Carolina. I was standing in Winston for a little bit, and I remember he in the speech he said the things that come easiest to you more than likely that's what you were put here to do.
That's right.
You know,
that's
and
right.
I felt like he was talking to me. I'm like, man, how did you know? Like, I felt like he was talking, you know, thousands of people there. I'm like, oh, he's talking to me, you know.
Right, that's right.
And, you know, like, it was one of those moments that, you know, it was one of those affirmations that just never left me.
Yes, sir.
And later, you know, like, you know, people have come to me and have told me that my words have changed their lives. People have told me my words have saved their lives.
Yes,
like
sir.
they were about to commit suicide
Right.
and they heard some of my work, and you know, it literally stopped them from taking their life.
Yes,
so when
sir.
I hear things like that, you know, I truly understand the importance of the responsibility and to continue to put out what God has given me to put out
Yes,
there.
sir.
You know.
Yes, sir. That's incredible,
so
brother.
thank you.
Well, listen, now that you know that,
Yeah.
brothers and sisters, where can they get your music on iTunes?
Yes. The album J.Ivy, Here I Am, is available on iTunes. You can get it on my website. Again, my website is j-ivy.com. That's just the letter J -ivy.com. If y'all on Twitter, I'm on Twitter. It's J_IVY. Is my handle on Twitter. You know, so definitely stay in tune with me. Got a lot of amazing things coming out real soon. And man, just stay in tune.
Yes,
you know?
sir. Yes, sir. That's what's up. And they can go vote again.
Yeah.
mtvu.com.
Right.
Go vote for war. And so what is the contest about?
Oh, it's the when you go on the page, the contest is called the freshman, like fresh. I'm fresh, you know. So the freshman video pick of the week. So when you go on, that's what you want to look for. And it should be right at the top of the page. But it's, you know, it's 5 contestants, you know, that they have selected, and whoever wins, you know, has the most votes, that video will be added to the rotation on mtvu.com. And
Yes,
MTVU is the network that plays on all the college campus stations. So definitely vote. You know what I mean? We need Chicago in the building. You know what I mean? We're trying to feed these young people. You know what I mean?
That's right.
And I let them know what time it is.
Feed the babies. Feed the babies.
Yeah.
Brothers and sisters, you've been listening to Bean Soup Times Radio. I'm your host, Toure Muhammad, and we've been talking to J.Ivy, an incredible artist born and raised right here in the city of Chicago, really continuing in that great tradition. You know, don't sleep. Chicago has a lot of current and a lot of historical, just incredible musical roots and talents coming right out of this city, not too far from where we are, right all over the south side of Chicago, whether you're talking about Quincy Jones or Gwendolyn Brooks, and you know, so many other artists coming right from here in this city of Chicago. And so we are happy to have J.Ivy here today. Of course, if you need more information about Bean Soup Times, go to beansouptimes.com. You can get news, information there. We are just taking a serious stance to promote and uplift positive, incredible people in our community, people, events, and products and services. So we're going to continue to do that, and we thank you for all your support and your love. And I think we're going to play, I don't know if Lamont, we're going to play that. Let me know if we're going to play it. You can just bring it in real slow. Let us know that you're getting ready to play it, and we can close out with that. Oh,
Yes,
there
indeed.
it is.
Yeah.
There it is. All right. Shh. Listen. Y'all like that, brothers and sisters? That's hot. So you see why you need to go vote mtvu.com. And I'm just gonna tell you like this. I'm gonna make a special request on behalf of J.Ivy. I want you to do 2 things. Number 1, go to mtvu.com and vote, and then go to YouTube, put in War J.Ivy featuring Blitz, and watch it there, and then go share it. Tell Facebook and Twitter, do all that you do online, and tell everybody to check out that video, because you know how we do. When we get something good, we got to share it.
We got to.
This is something to share.
Got to. Oh, and when you vote, you can vote as many times as you want.
Many times.
We get your American Idol on, folks.
That's
You know,
what's up.
your African American Idol on, and just go ahead and vote. Vote.
That's right. That's right. We keep voting, and we represent Chicago, so you know how we get down.
Right.
We vote and we vote. The dead vote in Chicago. That's a vote for everybody. And tell them you voted for it, then tell them to vote for themselves.
Exactly.
That's what's up, man. Brothers and sisters, we thank you for sharing this today's show with us. Again, you've been listening to Bean Soup Times Radio. I'm your host, Toure Muhammad. We've been interviewing J.Ivy, and I want you to always understand and know that as long as Bean Soup Time is on the scene, we're going to be helping you to get the message out. Our whole goal, our purpose, what we love to do is to create opportunities for you to get your message out. But it's got to be a message that will help uplift. We not, sometimes people send me the strangest stuff, Jay. See, sometimes people send me stuff about freeing whales.
Right.
I understand the environment. I know how important that is. And
right.
then, in the overall scheme of things,
right.
if something is happening with the whales,
right.
that says that something is wrong with the earth.
It's affecting all of us.
I got that.
Right.
But, send me stuff about black folks. I'm not on that kick. I'm not on that drive yet. I believe that the ones that's doing it. But if it's gonna uplift us, man, I'm all for it. Because once we get uplifted,
the world,
the world is gonna be
a better place.
Just floating. We gonna be rising like cream and milk.
Yeah, and they know it.
That's right. That's right. So we're going to close out. Thank you again, Brother Jay, for coming on. It's always an honor to have you. This is the second time you've been on the show, man. We appreciate it. We love you.
Man, love you too,
all
man.
that you
Thanks
do.
for having me, man. Really appreciate it. Chi-Town,
yes,
we
sir.
in here.
Yes, sir. Any closing minutes, 15 seconds?
Man, I just want to send y'all love, man. Have a blessed holiday season. Be blessed every day. Whatever it is you believe in, man, go after it. Do you.
That's what's
to the
up.
fullest.
That's what's up. Brothers and sisters, as long as I got a bowl of bean soup, you've got half. Peace.
Peace. I love that. I love that.